to me. This is very strange. And then we have deception value that comes into it. What is her reason for lying? If you've just been accused by a police officer of murder, and you did it, you've got a damn good reason to lie.
Sure.
I'm asking her, like, what kind of car does she drive? And I just started asking more and more banal questions, like, what's her children's names? What were they wearing this morning? What colour T-shirts were they wearing? Lie. Now, this would normally indicate that you were having a psychotic break. It meant nothing in your life was real.
And why would you lie about even indiscriminate things?
People who are lying about every little tiny thing that doesn't make any difference tend to be in a psychotic break, but she didn't appear to be to me, so that'd be something else. So I actually just raised it with her. I said, I'm getting these really strange signals. She grew up in another country, I can't remember where now, and somewhere, and when she was young, she was left-handed, and they tied her hand behind her back to make her right-handed, which was an old practice. It doesn't happen here now, but it still happened where she came from. They'd switch the dexterity of her hand, but you can't switch the mind. So the point is, I was being thrown by the fact she told me she's right-handed. Technically, she's left-handed in the mind.
So she was telling you the truth, but
yes.
Your reads...
I'm reading wrong because she's not really right-handed. That was forced upon her.
So you had it thrown the old reverse on Geoff here.
So you can, but then you can actually see how this throws up some very interesting things. I'm going like, something's not right here. And I found out a fact about her that actually opened up a whole other doorway to if you're from a culture that would do a thing like that, then you've got a good lead on other things that might have happened.
Wow.
It was a tough culture, so.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Yeah, we've got to take a break. I hate to do it, but we've got more with Geoff Danes, President, CEO, Inspires NPL, online at InspiresU. That's the letter U.com. And coming up on November 17th, now can folks that are listening come and attend this little bit seminar, a little bit performance? Sounds like kind of a very interesting evening.
Please do. It's very boring when I'm on my own.
Okay.
So if you please come along. Yeah,
he works best with the crowd.
Yeah, with the crowd.
On November 17th at the Canyon Moon Theater Company, Geoff will be giving kind of a performance seminar, an interesting evening for sure. And we'll talk more about it when we come back to Countywide after this.
Since 1993, Rice Accounting has been assisting Verde Valley residents with their tax returns. A proud part of the National Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, Rice Accounting can prepare all state and federal returns. They can file electronically or prepare paper returns. They're open year-round to assist you with personal and business taxes, quarterlies, payroll, and account services.
Please come on in to Rice Accounting, Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. We're open year-round for all of your taxing needs. Thank you.
Change can be good, but changing direction too often can quickly take you off course. Constantly buying and selling stocks doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones recommends investment strategies that have proven themselves over the long term. While it may not be trendy, Edward Jones happens to think it's the best way for you to achieve your financial goals. For more information, contact Matthias Sandoval, your Cottonwood area Edward Jones investment representative at 634-1044 Edward Jones.
Be inquisitive. Find out why your friends and neighbors have relied on Verde Solar Services since 1983 for comfort and savings. You can save up to $3,000 on a Carrier high-efficient heating and cooling system. Call Verde Solar for a home comfort review. They're your factory-authorized Carrier dealer in the Verde Valley. Turn to the experts for AC, heating, plumbing, geothermal, solar hot water, and radiant floor heat. Verde Solar says thank you. Your satisfaction is guaranteed.
For America's best music.
KYBZ
AM 1600.
Welcome back to the program. Brad Miller with you today. Geoff Danes is here with Inspires NLP, and there's going to be an evening with Geoff. Is this in the evening? I don't even know what time of day it's going to be.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m. it starts.
We got that correct. On the 17th of November, Canyon Moon Theater Company in the Village of Oak Creek. You can get tickets for this. Phone number for Geoff is 480-262-8438, and perhaps the best way to do it, Inspires You, that's inspires with the letter U.com. That is Geoff's website. Tell you a lot more about our guest today with some very, very interesting stories that he is sharing with us. Can you turn this off? Do you ever get, the mother-in-law comes over, or not to get you in touch with the wife, but...
yeah, like that's a problem. I can do that all by myself, don't worry.
But can you turn this off so that you're not kind of always thinking about people are being dishonest with me, or...
I can't turn it off, but it turns itself off. If I'm distracted and doing other things and watching TV, it turns itself off. And it will usually stay that way until somebody turns it on by doing something that catches my attention.
Okay.
Then it'll get turned on. Generally, I don't do this. It's like friends of mine, no, they're very relaxed around me. I'm not doing it. It would just wear me down. Why do I care?
Right.
Everyone's lying to me. I'm a horrible person. They all lie to me and pretend they like me. I don't care. I want to know that.
Well, does it work that way? Do you get even from people in your life, a neighbor, say, or that have maybe not a tight relationship, but that are in kind of the periphery that you're going to see maybe frequently? It just seems like, I don't want to call it a curse, but it seems like there could be times where, you know a little more maybe about someone than you kind of wish you did.
That's actually true. In this way, I spot when people, very easy when they're in distress.
Okay.
That's the biggest one that you actually pick up on.
Like a problem at home?
Lying is not necessarily the first one you'll get. You'll get denial or burial of some very deep emotional problem. That's a little bit of a curse, because you'll see someone, you'll go like, I know that person is suffering.
Okay.
And I can see that straight away, and that would fall under the definition of curse.
Sure.
I don't want to know. I want to know that person is as happy as they're pretending to be.
Right.
I know they're not.
Right. And there's probably a lot of us carrying things around. Everybody carries something, it seems
Almost
like.
everybody. But some people are having a very difficult time, and they're putting a brave face on it. And it works for most people. It doesn't work for me. I see through it, and then...
Yeah.
And in this particular economic time, I see a lot of people that are not happy.
Yeah. There's a lot of it out there. It must be, anytime... Like I go to an airport or a busy shopping mall, people watching can be a lot of fun, and for you it can be probably...
huge amounts of fun. Couples usually. That's my favourite thing. It's just observing couples and giggling, because I'm not the only one that's getting a hard time from my wife.
Yeah.
As I can just see the guy backing down, head going down, like, just...
Is there that a little bit off the old women's intuition kind of thing? Is there something to that?
Yeah, there is. It's because Darwinian imperative is that men have skills in different areas, and the women have communication skills far higher than men's generally. Mm-hmm. And it's always general because you're making assumptions. Generally, they have higher communication skills. So the intuition thing is, in fact, they are actually doing a natural form of this. Okay, as they go along, which is, I ended the last show just with an off comment because I wanted them to meet my wife. I said, well, after everything I've said, God has designed the best lie detector in the world, and it's called a wife. And I got her to come up, and I meant that, seriously.
Sure.
I can't get anything by her, and I'm an expert.
Right.
They just know. They look at you, don't they? But yes, women are better at this, naturally.
You said I can't get anything by her, and I'm an expert. I guess this goes, if we liken you, Geoff, to a superhero, have you ever thought of going evil versus good? Can you bottle those powers?
Well, it kind of be the bad guy always has more fun. So
That's right.
I get confused with that.
That's right. Geoff